Welcome, everybody. Dude Comedy Podcast, episode 208. And Colby just ruined all of next
Right.
weekend. One of my favorite events of the year. He completely fucked it up just like that right before the show. And I'm venting myself on how I feel. I started the show right after he told me he fucked everything up.
No, we're
Save
back.
it. We're
back.
We're back. We are back.
So normally the pay-per-views are on Saturdays. This is a rare one that's on a Sunday. The wedding is on a Saturday. So I prejudged the date. I assumed Royal Rumble's gender of date was Saturday, but it's Sunday, January 27th. The wedding I'm going
You're
to.
100%.
I'm looking at Google right now. Royal Rumble date. Got a calendar right here of events. Right there, it says the wedding is Saturday the 26th.
Is this the second iteration of Colby's Royal Rumble party?
Third.
Third. I wasn't at the
Go to
first.
the first one, yeah.
It was an awesome time. All dudes drinking, having a blast.
bombs
I
in the
need
middle.
to set the seed now. I haven't set the seed with Rachel.
Yeah, so this year we're gonna keep the rules basically the same, but we're gonna make it easier to like track guys, you know? So,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna find a
So
way
you
to
should
do
have
that.
to like write it on yourself or something.
Yeah, I'm thinking that, or I'll like when I rip it. Oh yeah, something's got to be an easier way to do it. And there's also going to be like a shot penalty for something. I don't know how yet or what.
Well, the problem is, so basically we turn this into a drinking game. The problem is the drinking game doesn't necessarily hold up.
The drinking game is just a generic. I just Googled one time like Royal Rumble drinking game. So the typical Royal Rumble is your guy gets eliminated. You take a drink. You eliminate somebody you give out to. But the problem is it's so fast that you're just constantly going.
Yeah, that's why it needs and it's kind of that we should probably sit down first and kind of like figure out a way to say like, hey, because a lot of times it's like, who has this guy, who has that guy, who has this guy. So we got to kind of have a way to maybe on like the chalkboard. I don't know. I guess it's too hard. There's too many people.
But this year I think it's going to be a little less people. So maybe we'll like somehow see it's got to be it's tough. Because then too, like let's say number 8 is a guy that we don't really watch wrestling. Let's say number 8 is some guy that none of us really know.
Yeah.
Then he gets eliminated. You're like, oh, that was my guy, or whose guy was that? So
Yeah, exactly.
We'll figure it out though. It's always still fun.
Yeah. No, it was a blast, and it's like we didn't even get like annihilated really, you know.
No, it was one of those like adrenaline ones where you just have.
But I think it was on a Sunday though.
Yeah, so most of the pay-per-views are Saturdays, but I guess these big ones are Sundays. WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, and Hell in the Cell are all listed as Sunday.
Yeah, because James was there, right?
Yeah.
It was me, James, and Jared. Was Bryant there?
No, he wasn't.
Okay.
And then it was Trev, Nordy, Joey, Robbie, Andy.
Yeah,
But Andy won't be there this year. Ken won't be there, but I think Joey, Robbie, Izzy, and Trev will.
What? Why aren't they coming?
Andy will be in Brazil and Ken's in San Diego.
Oh, okay. I can take that.
I've been planting the seed with people, making sure they know.
Yeah, I still got my herpes. It's almost worse when it's healing and scabbing. It's just like soggy ass dead skin on your lip. Like today,
Ooh, yeah.
Today I got to go talk to like a fucking lawyer in Seattle, and I'm just gonna be like, "Hey, dude, like, try and take me serious with this fucking thing on my lip," you know?
Are you gonna wear a suit?
Nah, fuck no. I'll probably just wear this. Yeah, I got to go the old Beersy. I see the thing is, hopefully, I don't know how you're going to give the idea in people's minds, but I'm digging into a patent for it just to kind of see what I can do. I did just see another person came out with a silicone koozie that I didn't see before.
Uh-oh.
But it's a straight up koozie, so that's why I'm kind of in a whole different thing where it's like I think I got some grounds to, the patent. So
well, you got the parody and everything. So
yeah, the patent's already pending. It's just the final process to turn it into the final patent. So if you're sitting there listening, being like, I'm gonna go get to that patent before him, good luck. It's already pending. It's actually a patent pending. So you can't fucking step on my toes. So just don't fuck with me.
Or you'll be seen in court.
Yeah, the thing is, patents are weird. So you could have a patent, right? So some dude was telling me, Amazon dude that I've been talking to, he said his dad, one thing, so typically like patents, you can send like a cease and desist, and say, hey, you need to quit that shit.
Yeah,
But if that person doesn't quit that shit, then you take them to court. And a lot of times, even if you win that court battle, you still fucking lose. Like, you get just absolutely raped with fees and stuff. So that's why I wasn't even going to pursue a patent in the first place. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to sue somebody who just, I'll send them I basically just doing it so I could send them a cease and desist.
Which is interesting too, because we've been hit with cease and desists for like other like content related stuff, And it's funny when you think about like that some cam girl out there's company has a patent on like her image and videos.
Yeah. But the thing is, they're like, those are always the people that are protected differently. Like, we've posted like other like popular people, but it's always the cam girls who are protected differently than all other creators. We got so many cease and desists that were like, remove me from your site, and we're like, oh, okay, for you being a hoe, this is pretty strategic on your part. But then they don't even care about the promotion and stuff. It's weird.
Yeah, there's got to be a underlining thing. The worst one that I feel bad about for like not taking stricter action was that girl who was like, oh, this was me in the past, I've changed. I don't want this out there anymore. And I'm like, oh yeah, I feel for it. But I was like, yeah, I'll delete it tomorrow. But then by that point, like everyone else posted it.
Yeah, see, that's like we had the power. Well, I would say we still do have some power to, like, sometimes it actually basically what happened with my Tomahawk stuff and the Drunk People Doing Things Instagram page. They posted it. And that's when everybody started posting it. Colby actually just what are we licensed?
I'll talk about that one. I'll talk about that.
Okay. So basically, when these big pages post something, then that's when everybody's like, "Oh, it did well on their page. Let's take it." And like, we maybe not as much, but like, there's certain things that we have launched.
Excuse me.
That we posted it, and then 100 other pages posted it, and they're like, "Hey, can you take this down?" Then we basically say like, "Well, look, it's on Barstool, this, that, and that." Like, it's not gonna happen.
But we used to be nice about it too, though, and be like, "Hey, like, yeah, here we go. Like, here's some more sources to get it, this and that, whatever." That was like one of the times though when I don't remember where I was, but it was a link to a link to a link, and I was on like 4chan, which I never go on. And I found this thread, and I never had seen this thread before, and it was still like a few months old. So I built the thread into a post and then left your house, and then I got the email that was like, can you delete this? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. And by the time I woke up, it was like, oh shoot.
I'm actually very surprised we've never been sued or had to like settle.
Yeah, we probably were really close on these, like those ones. So back to the Tomahawks. All right, so this is, have any of you guys heard of America's Funniest Home Videos? Debuted in 1996.
Is it still Bob Saget though?
Bob Saget, right?
So
now
it's not still Bob Saget.
Yeah, so that's over though.
Oh, okay.
So now America's Funniest Home Videos is hosted by Alfonso Review, however you say his name, which is Carlton. He hosts, but there's a show after that, an exclusive show. ABC orders Videos After Dark with Bob Saget. Bob Saget hosts a new show. It's more edgy.
Oh, okay. That's what I was going to say.
It's like a Tosh.0. It's an upcoming American video television show created by the creator of America's Funniest Home Videos, and it's hosted by Bob Saget on ABC. Like I said, it is edgier. So Kyle and I got hit with a contract that gave our rights and our images to a video for Bob Saget to talk about on the first episode of a show called Videos After Dark. Here we are. It debuts.
That's weird though.
So we might not be on the first one because there's no way they're filming it right now because it's about to debut. These articles are from October.
Yeah, so basically this company Viral Hog, which I've had a relationship with for the last few years for video type stuff, they wanted that video from me, and then once they typically said like, "Hey, we'll give you $50," then I'm just like, I don't even feel like signing a damn paper, and for that. I mean, it's cool to be on the show, but at the same time, it doesn't do anything for like my Instagram or anything. It is cool because you can be like, "Hey, I was on the show." Like we just had a video on ridiculousness. I think 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it was weird. The first video we're on ridiculousness of this Tomahawk video that they are asking for. everybody said shit. They're like, holy shit, dude, you were on this. Like, holy. I was actually in, like, my face was in the ridiculousness stuff, and literally nobody but my mom said anything.
Which is very interesting, too, because it's just like, it makes you, it shows who's watching TV. Like, that's crazy.
It's weird because, well, but the other one people said stuff for. Not that I was, like, looking for that or anything.
But no, it's an interesting point, though. I wonder if it was on Tosh, if people would be like, dude, I wonder if people still watch Tosh. I don't know. I used to watch Tosh because it was on before Workaholics.
But is it still airing?
I believe so. It might be all web-based, actually. Let me look this up. Tosh. No. I've seen the thing. I think he's still on.
Yeah, it was just interesting. But then, listen to this. Ridiculousness posted that video just on their Facebook page, and then a shitload of people said, hey, dude, you're on Ridiculousness. But they didn't say it for the TV show, which was really interesting to me.
Yeah, it's the TV whole TV stuff is weird. Speaking of TV, speaking of Kyle's old content, I'm gonna segue this right into a TV star of his own right. To Catch a Predator star Chris Hansen, under fire.
Oh, yeah, what did he do?
Man. Chris Hansen. So I pulled up this article because I didn't want to butcher anything. So he got arrested for scamming people, but that's not the reason why. First reason why he got busted is because he bounced 2 checks. One of them was for $13,000 to a mom and pop store.
Oh, that's right.
For marketing mugs, T-shirts, and vinyl decals. But then that like opened the can of worms. How most of these like scams and things go. That opened the can of worms to where. All right, so I'm going to pull it up right here. So there was a complaint filed against Hansen in 2015 that he owed $57,000 to American Express. He never paid it. Last May, credit company Ally Financial had paperwork claiming that Hansen borrowed more than $65,000 to buy a 2014 Chevy Corvette and stopped making the payments. There was also
but I mean, isn't that just typical like financial issue type stuff? Like, it's funny how like.
No, here comes where the scam comes in. So then there's a house, a $1.7 million house in Stamford that he had stopped paying on, and now the bank owns it. But now here's where it gets scammy. So Hansen 2 years ago did a Kickstarter campaign and successfully raised nearly $89,000 from more than 1,000 people with this Kickstarter campaign. So after getting about $90,000, he decided to stop communicating with everyone, and it was all very shady. He just never did the stuff that he was supposed to do.
So he sounds like a piece of shit.
Yeah. Now the other article I have up here that came out today was To Catch a Predator. Chris Hansen's wife has now filed for divorce, and he is being evicted from his $1 million house.
Jesus, his life is crumbling fast.
Spinning out of control. Interesting though that like I watched like the Fire Festival's documentaries about like the scammer and stuff, and it's interesting that like you can get away to a certain level if you're still scamming because you can kind of always like either pay something off or do something else.
Yeah.
And so like what it seems like what caught up to Chris Hansen was after he got the $89,000, which was probably to pay off American Express, he couldn't do it with just $89,000.
So he fucking made a Kickstarter. How could you be? But like, not to be so he's a pretty household name and stuff. Like, how could you struggle? I guess if that's right. How could you struggle? You know, okay, $30,000 probably at one point was absolutely nothing to him. He was like,
he must have went way above his means, dude. He must have went just
yeah. I mean,
there's got to be more to the story. That's what's gonna all start coming. That's like, so if you to watch those documentaries, the Billy McFarland guy who did the Fire Festival, he just so they start uncovering like all the way back to 2014 or 15. He had all these scams that were failing. So each thing he was doing was bigger and better than the last thing. And it was like, oh, he's a really good entrepreneur. But he was going all in on all these things because he's like
it's a Ponzi scheme, basically.
Yeah, and he had to keep getting money to pay off this. So his big thing that he did first was he would be like, hey, I got tickets to Hamilton, the musical, half price, whatever, you know. So these people are paying for this membership, and then he would sell them these tickets. But most of the time he wouldn't have the tickets. He would like go and like scalp them before and like meet up and give the people the tickets.
Yeah.
And then he had to like sell more packages to like, so he would take a loss on it. But then his theory was he would get enough members to cover the loss.
Yeah.
So the next time he would do it. So that was like his first scam. That's then started the next scam and the next scam. It's a pretty interesting documentary.
Yeah, see, and it's weird because like what he did was so awesome, and then it kind of turns out like, okay, well, this guy's kind of a piece of shit. Actually, a lot of times we see stuff like that where it's like, oh man, that's such a good deed and stuff. Oh wait, this guy's a piece of shit. Speaking of that, this is actually a good segue.
We're doing it good right now.
Have you seen the video of the Native American?
Oh yeah,
being stared down and intimidated by the young white kid.
yeah. And I've seen the multiple angles, and I've seen his CNN interview.
It's so fucking ridiculous. Now that when I first saw it, people,
when everyone first saw it, you thought the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, mainly because the kid had somewhat of a smirk, but I would have a fucking smirk on my face too if a dude literally walked into the crowd and went right into my face with a drum to intimidate me. So basically, if you haven't paid attention to this, it's like the most viral sensation. Not necessarily viral, but everybody's talking about it because it's has to do with everything, like race,
it's the most trending
Trump,
story. Yeah,
make America great again, Native Americans, and how us Europeans, we fucking jacked their land.
Right on MLK.
So it literally has everything mixed and entwined into it. And to me, it's the funniest shit. Because when I first saw it, I'm like, well, everybody's like talking, like they made it seem, there was a full complete video, but they made it seem like these group of white kids, they surrounded in this Native American stood his ground, playing his tribal music on his drum and all this stuff. But that's not what happened. And after this story just erupted, you got your boy Philly D, who's just getting absolutely shit on right now.
Dude, he made the big... All right, keep going, then we'll go back to that. Keep telling them, because you haven't told the whole story yet.
So basically, these kids were on a field trip in Washington, D.C., right?
Yeah.
There's a Catholic school. They're on a field trip. There were some kids. There's a big group of kids. There were some kids in the stand wearing, like, Make America Great Again hats, which is against no law or anything. And then you had these counter protesters, which I don't think the kids.
By the way, the kids weren't there to protest.
Yeah, they were there on a field trip.
Yeah.
So you had these other people that were protesting. I would just say because it was in Washington D.C., they had them protesting, and the video starts with these. I think they're called like they're black dudes, but they call themselves like something Israeli lights or something. Or Israelites.
I don't pay. I more just look at. I was more.
The only reason I know that is because I got in this groove on YouTube of these dudes who would. It's like a group of like 4 or 5 dudes. They're black dudes and they dress up in some like weird ass clothes and they just sit there and harass and like just blatantly say racist things to people walking by and all this shit. But I don't really search it. It's called like Black Israelites, and there's some group, but so that's how the
right, 100%.
That's how one of the videos started, and these dudes are like yelling into the crowd like they ain't even got a nigga in there, and they're like they start counting how many black people were in the crowd of kids with the students, and they're like, oh, there's one nigga, oh wait, there's 2 niggas, so they're just like basically they're saying this group is all white kids, and they start pointing out the black children, they're children, teens in the group and like counting them. And then that's when the Native, so there's like 2 groups, and they're all the aggressive group is the group filming the students, and then the Native American guy with his drum, who apparently is a dude who starts.
I want to get this out there for the viewer listening while Kyle's telling the story. This is the thumbnail that he's talking about this story. This is the first thing everyone saw.
Yeah.
Is this picture of this kid smirking, and like Kyle said, look at his buddies in the back are laughing, they're filming it, and he's just standing his thing smirking. So
yeah.
I needed to get that out there so you know that this isn't just
that's how it started. I saw it and I'm like, yeah, that looks kind of bad, but like literally everything that just sounds fucking terrible, there's always more to the story. And the second part of the story is not necessarily, it fucking takes people who aren't journalists and stuff to like point this stuff out. Like literally,
but that's the saddest part.
Yeah, literally news, like I don't know which news stations, all of them though. They literally had access to all this footage, but they cut and piece it together to kind of like point, like, get their own agenda across. So basically, the aggressive group, which was like these, I don't know if they're actually part of these black Israelite groups, but I'm just gonna, they were wearing the same attire. They were aggressive like all these videos. I just assumed it was probably that group. But then the Native American guy, started walking. He introduced himself into the group of children and went right up to a dude and slowly, just like the big thumbnail that's going around, slowly started getting closer to his face and pounding the drum in his face. But if you take it out of context and you hit a certain angle where it's the Native American dude with all the other kids in the background, it looks kind of bad. I mean, you can kind of, especially when you paint that picture and say like, hey, these kids are surrounding him. Look at all this hate. When you paint that picture, it's easy to believe that, or easy to assume that's what was going on. But it wasn't. The Native American dude was the aggressive dude.
And now we got to talk about how it spun crazy with Philly D, and you hate to throw somebody like this under, but you gotta have to.
He's getting shit on.
He jumped on the trend strictly because he knew that the video that he was about to make on Twitter was gonna get like,
it was his off day, according to him.
So, and he normally doesn't do videos like that right on his Twitter, and he would have waited until today to do a video, yada yada yada. He might not have been doing one because it's day off for most people, but he jumped on there knowing that even if you're only going to post one video and get off Twitter for the day, it would have blew up. He knew that he was going to be in the conversation. Then he's got a big enough following and people who like his stuff and everything that it was going to be the thing that was spread out there for all those people. And he went hard on how disrespectful and wrong these kids are, and like basically how, because he's a super
he basically just said it was just like America in a nutshell, basically.
So now he released the statement of, I'm now seeing all the different angles and footage of the incident with the Native Americans and Covington Catholic High School students that I commented on yesterday, and I will be deleting my previous tweet. Ooh. I should have waited until I got more details instead of jumping on it so fast. The initial footage I saw made me want to speak on the hate I feel like we see more and more every day. I will make sure we put out a more thorough explanation of events in today's video. That said, I stand by my message against hate. It's something we see too often from multiple sides. But yeah, I just typed his name in Twitter, and he is not having a good day.
Yeah, no. I mean, that itself, he should apologize. I mean, as sad as it is, like, all these people should be like this kid and other people in the video got doxxed, their lives threatened, all this stuff, when they literally didn't do anything. All that kid did was wear a hat. He can have whatever the fuck belief he wants.
It got filmed. He didn't say, hey, person, you can film me and put me on your Instagram and go viral. You know what I mean?
Didn't one of the people behind him try to say something to the guy and he like shushed him?
I stopped watching after I saw everyone getting freaked out. But what's funny really quick is about Philly D. So he has that tweet. His next tweet is talking about Rams Chiefs Super Bowl. The next tweet after that, so this is a third tweet, is just a tweet about a movie. His fourth tweet on his timeline, when his page is probably just getting shit on and spread, his fourth tweet is a retweet of our boy Jimmy.
Really?
Yeah, Jimmy's is the fourth post on his
What does it say?
It's Jimmy posted a clip from Philly D's video, and it has this long explanation. It says, so Philly D nailed this. People get caught up in relevance, analytics, and popularity of creators, turn around and root for failure and demise for forever dumb reason. As a creator, nothing lasts forever. Enjoy the ride when you see it. And it's a Jimmy's tweet of a Philly D video with that text. Oh. It's retweeted. So Jimmy's probably getting some love on there.
Jimmy's such a knob slobber, dude.
I love it, dude.
He's such a knob slob.
Okay, so wait, yeah, I stopped watching the clips and stuff like that because once it starts spinning out of control, I really don't care. It's like, yeah, I don't really want to see more unless like it entices me, and I was just kind of like,
yeah. Well, so what? We'll just talk about this for another second. So basically, when it first came out, when it was like, oh, they were intimidating him. There are some people who are like, oh, how is he intimidating him? Like, the kid is just standing there, And then now when people were just like, oh, he's standing there, then they pulled out this iconic picture of a black man sitting in a restaurant with tons of white people just standing around him, intimidating him. Like that was the exact thing. And I think it's fucking pathetic to me. It's just like people are trying to compare times like this to times like that, you know? And that's what's like the most, like they want to go through that, and that's what they're, and I don't know how. Like I obviously I'm a white dude. I don't know how it's even anywhere comparable to, you know, what, 40, 30 years ago. I mean, it's crazy that and then with all the videos and everything, like this dude literally walked into this group of people intimidating. He was the dude intimidating. In with the videos and the news and everything, they made it look like he was being intimidated, and that's fucking pathetic. All these people should have to apologize. This kid life for probably the next 3 months, I mean, it definitely right now is fucked.
Well, it's just like those, it's like, so what's crazy is when those Charleston like kids got their things taken from like that KKK rally, basically, you know, and they were like, stop posting my picture, you know, yada yada yada. But then you would take the thing like, yeah, your life is pretty much ruined for the next little bit until everyone forgets about it because you were there. Like that one kid that's like, you know,
yeah,
this kid is getting the same type of abuse, and he didn't do anything.
Yeah, like
he wasn't at a KKK rally. He was at a school. I mean, even if he went up there and did something wrong, like he didn't do that. But that is, we've talked about this so many times. So many people are so dumb on the internet and just in the world that you could literally tell them that's not what happened. That's not what happened. But that's what they saw, and they've already made up their mind that like, no, F this kid. He shouldn't have worn that Trump hat anyway. Or he should have walked away. Or he should have done this. It's like, man, his life, like you said, is for the next couple of months is toast.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what kind of happens. And he's probably getting interviewed and shit a bunch right now. It's just crazy. I mean, to me, anybody who is truly like racist is fucking retarded. And I'm probably not supposed to use the R word, but anybody who is any form of racist, like I think racism is associated with stupidity. Like you have to be stupid to think that some certain race is different than yourself, you know, besides like the skin color. You want to say certain things about like black people. Like a lot of times people act a certain way because, you know, they're like social class, or not social class, but like economic class. Like you see tons of poor white people doing insane fucking crazy shit just like poor black people. You see rich black people doing the same shit as rich white people. It's more like an economic status.
Segway guy, dude.
What?
Sorry, keep going.
But it's just crazy to me that people just have the, you know, there are people that sit there and think, you know, there are tons of racist people in America. Those people are fucking stupid that are racist. And that's when I see, you know, there's been multiple times where I've seen a black guy, you know, say something that's like borderline racist to me. And I'm just like, well, that guy's just stupid. You know, it's not like some people just can't. Some people say, like, if one black dude said something racist to me, that's not like, oh shit, you know, there's like now all black people are racist to me. Like that's not how I look at things, you know, and I think that's how most people don't look at things. It's like when, like, it's like you see one bad thing, like just because they're white, like not all white people do that shit, you know. I think for the most part, people can agree that anybody that like racism is just being stupid. It's like you're too stupid to associate like, oh, like this black, like these people are the same as us, they just have different skin color, you know, like they're too stupid to, you know, anything that is funny. Even on like my Facebook is a fucking cancer. Like I posted the article of, there was we talked about on the last episode about the black girls fighting, and then the dude came to break it up. You should have seen the comments on the Facebook stuff. It's like, fuck it, that girl deserved to get just rocked. I'm like, how does she deserve? Like, she could have easily got killed. And then just tons of like, oh, that's just all what black people do. Is I'm like, god damn, like it's part of me, if I had a backup plan, I would just shut my Facebook down. Like it just opens up all these social media accounts, just like open up so many people just to say dumb shit. And if I had the choice right now, I would just be done with the internet. That's like my dream in the next like 2 years, to be completely fucking off, shut the world out, and live in my own world.
Well, let's say you were a billionaire, right? You're a billionaire in China. In 2011, there's 115 billionaires in China, right?
Yeah.
115. You're really good at math, so you can do this as you go. Since then, 72 of them have died. 15 were murdered. 17 were suicides. 7 were accidental deaths. 19 from illness. And 14 were executed.
What?
72. Well, I mean, so then of course, the top comment is, obviously, this is billionaires from 2011, and they now have 819 billionaires. But that's crazy that 115 of the country's billionaires, 72 of them,
Why?
Murders, man.
I mean,
suicides.
executed by the government?
I have no idea. I didn't read the article. I just thought it was a great headline.
Jeez.
I was just gonna say, more money, more problems was my joke.
But with a lot of people, a lot of them dying though. I mean, typically,
age if you're old and stuff.
Yeah, typically a lot of them are older. I mean, you generate wealth through time.
But that's not when you said something though. We're talking about headlines, we're talking about clicks, we're talking about clickbait, everything you have to kind of do nowadays to make content to get money, yada yada yada. So this is the random video that came up in my YouTube feed, and the title is "Why Jeff Bezos Will No Longer Be the Richest Person." And then you know how you can write on the top like a comment. It says, "See how the richest person in the world is set to lose $70 billion. It is a 10-minute and 4-second video from Top Trending. 10 minutes and 4 seconds. I can tell you in 10 seconds what happened. He got a divorce."
Yeah, hold on. Top Trending, huh?
Yeah.
I wonder if I think my boy owns, or maybe he sold it.
Yeah, that's the dude you used to talk to.
But I think he sold it. Let's see what he's all about.
They made a 10-minute and 4-second, to make sure they hit the 10-minute mark, video to tell you that he's getting a divorce. And that's why he's losing $70 billion.
You got to hit that 10-minute mark. You duplicate your revenue.
It's not even that anymore. It's YouTube will promote it more if it's got that.
Really?
Yeah, it's been tested that if you make longer videos, they will go out in the algorithm and stuff. Shorter ones don't. So that Gus Johnson dude that makes the funny, like, he pulled the paper towel and like that.
Yeah,
stuff.
dude, that was like that's when I used to talk. He's blown up now.
And he did a video where he was like, I made the same video 3 minutes and 40 seconds, and 10 minutes, same title, same thumbnail. One went really good, one went really bad, but you can guess which one it was.
Yeah.
And he was like, this is a shitty piece of content. Like, I was hard to get to 10 minutes. And he's like, This is a good piece of content that no one was going to see. So I'll keep making shitty content.
So when I tried my little comeback, and it wasn't necessarily like, I was just kind of like messing around with like vlogs and stuff. Dude, it is hard to make a 10-minute video. It's like,
oh, man.
It's like you have to
have a structure of like a who, what, when, where, why, with an intro, an outro, a little story.
Yeah, I mean, you try to like extend things, like typical stuff you would edit out. You extend it out just to like cut seconds off here and there, you know?
Yeah, so like when I make content, like on my Instagram or wherever it is, or when we make sorry, I'm trying to pull this up at another tab. When I make that kind of stuff, I always lean more towards the side of, hey, where can I get out like these little pauses?
Yeah, exactly.
Stuff like that. Because
like the power cuts.
And that's how good content is, because good content is, you know, you're not making people wait for you to say something for 15 seconds. And then you have to drag it on. But I get like if you're following like a script type thing, and it's like you're giving actual value information and it goes to 10 minutes, then that's fine.
Yeah.
But if you're just sitting there being like, hey, today we're going to talk about Cash Me Outside. Pause. So to get right into this, like if you're making a good video, you would have said, Cash Me Outside, cut. You wouldn't even have to get into it. It would just be your first line of content.
Yeah, exactly. And like when I would do chat roulette stuff, I would just cut out like any type of pause, and it'd be like bing bang bam ba bing bang ba bam bam boom, you know. But
and that's probably what did good back then, because that's how you engage people. That's how you as a viewer want to watch content. But
yeah, exactly. It's pretty interesting. But so people still I posted one podcast last week on the Lock Show. I fucking have had like my family before I started this podcast. Literally, they're finally just. I mean, it's actually Rachel's family, but I've just been swamped. Like Rachel's brother was here for brother and his wife from Rhode Island were here for fucking 20 days. They left on the day that they left. They picked the other brother up from the airport, dropped him off. He was here for a day. Her parents came in for 3 days. Like I've seriously been like people have been here since Christmas, and it's like,
before Christmas.
Well, we had like Thanksgiving and stuff, and a kind of a few, but like since Christmas, and then all after that was over, we had a baby. Back to action, back to killing the game. I got the full Beersy order, came in hot, came out fucking perfect, even better than I thought. Which were you here and I got to show you, or did I send you just a video?
No, I saw you at Chick-fil-A.
Oh, that's right. I should have brought one with. But basically, I had ordered. Well, I already told you, but I guess I'm just telling everybody else. So I ordered these Beersies. They're just, and you guys, I've talked about them. They're just beer covers. They're for a beer, and they make it look like a soda or something. So you can
see them in the background.
Yeah, so you can basically walk down the street drinking a beer, and it's actually, or it looks like a Coke, but it's actually a beer. You know, lots of applications.
Put it on there. Hey, put it on there and go stand back by those shelves just with the thing, and let's see if it looks like a Coke from here. Let's see what it looks like.
Let's see. So
that was a funny noise. A little.
Yeah.
I mean, from right here, that's a Coke.
Yeah, I won't even get out. I'm going to take off my headphones. But basically, we'll just hop into kind of about it. So I had ordered these samples. The samples that I'm holding up right now. I was super fucking pumped up to get the samples. I'm like, holy shit. Like, I worked on this design for 2 or 3 months. I finally got the samples. I throw the sample on, and it's... Yeah, actually, yeah, that's fine.
Is that fine?
Yeah, it's fine. I throw the sample on, and it's a lot looser than I kind of designed it as. So it kind of just like it fits over, but it kind of falls off pretty easily. And I wanted it flush to the bottom of the can and the top of the can, but it wasn't flush. And you can feel it have some slack when you're holding it. I'm like, fuck. Like, nobody would ever notice if you bought it and then you got the product. But, like, me, I'm like, I designed it to fit snug. Like, what the fuck should I do? And so I had some options. I had an option to...
You really wrote, "Don't stop the party," I just realized. Don't stop the party!
That's exactly... Dude. So I was thinking, I was like, okay, that'd be perfect because it's a fucking Pitbull lyric. But I could easily, like everybody's like, oh, we're gonna go to the game or whatever. And then I flip back to myself and I'm wearing my Pitbull outfit, and then it's "Don't Stop the Party."
Yeah, I felt bad having it open. I moved it.
But so I got the samples, and it was a lot looser than I wanted it. I'm like, what the fuck? I just spent designing this. I'm like, it must be the manufacturing process that basically made this silicone a little bit looser than I thought, right? So I had some options. It's either redo the sample, which I would have to redesign everything like 3% smaller, or just go with it. Like, if you ordered one of these and this sample came, you probably wouldn't even say anything. You'd be like, oh, this is sick. Like, but to me, since I designed it so fucking, like, I had a dude from Tesla design the damn shit, and we spent like hours like fine tuning, and it seems like it's something simple, right? And then once you get it and it doesn't fit properly, you're like, what the fuck? But I decided just to roll with it. So whatever sample mold that they make must not be as precise as the final mold, because when these showed up, they were fucking exactly what I thought they should be. Like,
well, look at just you holding it. It's not
just
moving.
Snug to the, like this one I'm holding right now, I can just barely pull it off. The other one is snug to the can. It takes a little bit more work to get off, but it fits super flush. So like if a cop was like, what is that? You know, I'm like, oh, it's just the new custom cans, you know, and he'll sit there and work. He's like, oh, it's not coming off, yada, yada, yada. But so if I would have switched the mold, if I would have switched the design to 3% smaller, I would have just got 1,000 units that were too small because it wouldn't have fit on the can, which would have been a complete nightmare. Kind of.
Would have been screwed, dude.
Yeah, so...
you still could have sold them, though.
So remember how I told you... So basically, they started this 1,000 unit production order, and they sent me a picture of the color, and I'm like what? That's a pink color. So she's like, oh, we just pulled these off of production. Like, we noticed the color's a little off. Do you still want to roll with the color? I'm like, no, we got to do the darker red. And she's like, okay. And so here's the color. It's really not even that far off. It's just a little brighter red.
Yeah.
But then she told me the other day that they made 1,000 of these, not just a couple of them. So basically, I can get a discount on these ones and design them with a new design. So we can make up our own.
Like a red. Oh, okay.
So we can make up our own, or like a Mr. Pibb.
You should make it Supreme Soda. Put the Supreme, like a fake Supreme logo.
That would be pretty sweet, actually.
But you'd not Supreme. You'd have to put like.
So I have some pretty good ideas for. I was kind of coming up with, because it doesn't cost much to just get new designs.
Now that you have the mold.
Yeah, like Canada Dry.
Yeah.
Like that, like shitty ass soda.
Or ginger ale.
So wouldn't it be funny to have one that just says California's dry?
Yeah.
And then so basically how the Beersy stuff works is, say I ordered 1,000 units of it has to be based on the color of the original silicone. So I can order as many designs on 1,000 units as long as that design works with like a black silicone, right? So you could do like a Monster can, which is black, or you can do like a Guinness can. So what I was thinking, it'd be super funny to make a video that's a Bud Light, and then be like, I ain't gonna let people see I'm drinking Bud Light, and then put the Guinness over it. Like, that would just be a funny video to get like a short order from, Just
or even do like just like a fake IPA.
Yeah, exactly. Or just make up your own. Like the
manly guy, a manly guy IPA, the only drink for guys with hair on their chest.
Yeah.
Call it like motor oil. Motor oil IPA.
Yeah, like fuck, dude. It would be funny to get like a WD-40.
Yeah.
What, dude? Like that'd be funny as shit. Like I don't think my goal is to not make it just strictly to hiding your beer.
Oh, dude, red. You could do call it gasoline because it's the red.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's tons of stuff. Like, there's things you can do that are just kind of like, if you roll up in a party and you were drinking out of a thing that looked like WD-40, like, that'd be funny as shit. Or it just I actually just kind of like, that would be a very funny route too. But I want to make it where it's more like a funny, like if you wrote, I already gave a handful out to like family, but if you rolled up to a party with this, people would be like, why are you drinking a Coke, dude? And you rip it up and it's a fucking Bud Light. Like, that's funny as shit. And it's more like, even if you don't use it to, like walk down the public street to drink, it's still, to me, it's pretty funny. I think it'd be really easy to make like custom ones here for like the Dude Comedy Podcast and stuff, but it should be fun. I've never done a product before. Well, I guess we did kind of do a product before, more like a consumable product, but it should be fun.
Yeah, I drink coffee. I'm just keep getting the yawns, but I'm not tired. It's weird. Motor oil's funny, dude. Motor oil IPA. I had the Cash Me Outside girl up there because I was going to talk about how she made $900,000 in the first week of her new makeup line. Thought that was pretty crazy.
She has a new makeup line?
Yeah, she made $900,000. She also signed a 6-month endorsement deal where she gets $500,000 a month.
A month?
Yeah.
With who?
Copycat is what it's called. She also banked over $1 million on her 25-city tour last year. She's a multi-millionaire.
I mean, there's some people like the wide neck dude, which it's not against the wide neck dude. It's more against the crowd that, like, why the fuck would you follow a dude who just has a wide neck, A
criminal.
Yeah, he's popular from a mugshot. Yeah, this has probably changed his life, and it has a lot to do with the economic status I was talking about. Yeah, he was probably a piece of shit because he was poor and he knew no other life. Now he's making money and he's probably not a piece of shit anymore, But she's completely different. She basically like boomed the fucking meme to fame, popularity, but
better than anyone we've ever seen.
She actually has talent, and a lot of these people like wide neck, long neck, I don't give a fuck. Like, if you're gonna say wide neck, he's just entertaining. Fuck no, he's not entertaining. He literally just has a wide neck. He doesn't talk or anything. The long neck dude, on the other hand, he's kind of funny, but he's retarded. Like, I think he literally is retarded.
I think you gotta look at it like this: if you're judging entertainment, right? And if you were to rate it on like a Rotten Tomatoes scale out of 100%, that's good. Like these guys are falling under the poor 30s and 20%. But here's the thing: it's like an indie movie. An indie movie might get a 99. I might make 99% content, let's say, and everyone likes it, but I'm on a smaller platform. I'm an indie movie. But these guys being on World Star and Supreme Patty and all these things, it doesn't matter if they're getting 33% ratings on their terrible content. 33% with that big platform is going to push you to the top no matter what.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Great example, actually.
I'm just saying, she actually has rapping talent, and I will give her that much. But and then I also think like the whole Dr. Phil and thing like that. There's no way that anybody. Think about this. Okay, maybe she was a piece of shit or whatever to her mom, but and I'm trying to tread lightly on this. If you go on TV and stuff like that, there are people that are gonna be like, act like you normally would act. Do this. Like, there's no way that she was just a massive cunt on that show without them telling her to be.
Oh, for sure.
A massive. So hers is different because hers was she started on a TV show. These other dudes were literally just pictures. Like the wide neck dude was just a picture. And it's more just the audience. It's like, why would you follow this fucking guy? Like, what is there? Like, what are you seeing with this guy that is just like changing your? I mean, maybe they're just laughing at him. I don't know. Maybe it's just entertaining because he is so dumb. I don't know. It's what kind of blows my mind, but yeah, good kudos to her, man. I mean, it's hard to, if she didn't make it, like she would probably just be at home being a POS. But I'm curious, is she 18 yet?
No, 15.
She's not fucking, there's no way she's 15.
Yeah, it says 15.
Wasn't she 15 4 years ago?
Danielle Broglie age. Danil Broglie age. 15. She was born in 2003.
What?
No, she was 13 when we started posting about her.
Oh, okay. Jesus Christ.
She can't even drive. Yeah, 2016, she was 13 years old when she was on Dr. Phil in September doing the Cash Me Outside. How about that?
I feel like she's 100% hooked up with a dude that's in his mid-20s.
Well, for sure.
Because there's no way, like, she seems so mature. There's no way that a 17-year-old is like got anything for her.
Hey, will you make a Beersy instead of LaCroix? Make it Ya Boy.
Yes.
So, instead of LaCroix, make it Ya Boy.
the thing that's hard with like those, like, so if I made orange silicone, I guess I could do. I don't know.
There's pink, there's green, there's red.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like just like splattered.
The blend.
Yeah, but yes, because once you start adding in more colors, that's when it gets more expensive and more difficult. Like I actually asked her that yesterday, and she's like, oh, we can do 1 to 2 with ease, but we can do more than 3, it just starts getting like more, expensive.
Well, if you just did instead of like having the 3 fonts here, if you did all this blue and then your boy was in blue, and that's the same blue down there.
Yeah.
You just did like a 1 extra color splatter like behind the logo.
Yeah, and they don't own that font or nothing. That's what's cool about it. I'm actually a parody dude that made the Loco Cola. He's making a Fanta one for me right now, and it just says Taint. Because it kind of like the F is kind of different. Their F kind of looks like a T, and kind of like the same words, and just says Taint. But there are like some I don't want to like make them all inappropriate. Like Squirt. I would just do like Squirter. I already have a Dr. Pecker one, but Sierra Mist. I think Sahara Jizz would be funny.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go piss.
Actually, that would be a good one too if I don't want to go jizz. Diet Coke, Stay Woke. There's already tons of parodies for that, but it's such an easy one because it's a complete silver can and just 2 fonts. Hawaiian Spunk. And then Surge, you could just do Spooge. That would be funny. There's so many out there that You kind of just there are like I think Guinness I would change to Genius, but I would have it spelt wrong with 2 N's and 2 S's. But
Oh,
it's
so it looked like Genesis.
yeah. So it'd be like it kind of just like the funny play, like it's genius, but it's spelt wrong. So obviously
Yeah, double parody there.
you're not a genius. Yeah, no, it should be fun.
You should do a red one like you have, and just be like ketchup, and do like a Heinz 57 like ketchup on it.
See, like that would be funny as shit.
So it's just like you look like you're just drinking ketchup.
Well, that's what you could probably. That's what I could probably do with these extra red ones.
Or you could do a white one with a blue font and just write mayo on it. It looks like you're drinking mayo.
Yeah. So like stuff like that would be that. Like probably shouldn't be saying that because you can't do that with a normal koozie.
No, for sure. And well, now you're entering different. So now you have like the inappropriate scale. Then you have like the Spencer Gift like gag type thing. Like, oh, my buddy loves mayo. I'm gonna get him this beer cover so it looks like he's drinking mayo when he's drinking a beer.
See, I never even thought about that. Just like kind of just a funny route like that, you know. I haven't
the WD-40, the motor oil.
Yeah, that's what I need to get going because WD-40 would be blue.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is, so if I order the smallest order I can do is a 500 unit order, but I can do 5 different designs that work on that blue. So maybe if you come with me, we'll kind of see.
Instead of Pepsi, you could do.
Yeah. So like Pepsi could probably go with the WD-40, but I mean, I feel like those ones would be funny. You know, like the WD-40. That would just be funny to have a can that's fully designed as WD-40, and you're just like, what the fuck? Like that would honestly, any dude, like that's just hitting a whole nother demo too. Like any dude, like, and I could probably go to WD-40 and have a licensed deal if I wanted to not do parody, you know?
Yeah. Someone just walked in your house. But then you can do the, then you can do all the stuff too, where it's like the motor oil or like gas and everything. All those have viral video like potential. Cause you could just be like,
but
you could be like,
I never even thought about that. I think that could be better than a lot of things.
Because then you could be pouring gas into like your bike and be like out of gas, and it's like, but it's just like then transfer it over like so do a little camera cut, then transfer it right over to like your thing, and then start chugging it, and then be like, Bud Light.
Yeah, the thing with the gas can is like, what would like a gas can is just red, you know?
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying. You know, you could easily like name brand type stuff because the cool thing with that. It's like Coke would never let me do this. Be like, hey, can I fucking put a Coke label so I can hide beer? They would never let me in a
marketing
million years.
nightmare for them.
WD-40
PR.
though would for sure. They would 100% be like,
oh, they have so many shop boys.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's a whole different market. Yeah, that the shop boy type market would probably buy, you know, kind of like the hide a beer thing. But would it be a cool party thing to buy a fucking WD-40 beer? Like,
oh damn it, I just had one.
I would say that itself might have a larger market, you know, because imagine, you know, because you could just wholesale to, you know, Jiffy Lube. Man, you guys, we're letting you in on all the business stuff. I need to go.
I need to focus here. What else I about to say was really good. Motor oil, gas, video, WD-40, shop. Damn it, I had a really good one. Hold on, I'll get it.
Wait, so are you going to come with me, please?
I don't know if I can.
What?
I don't know, because I got the baby still. I don't know if they'll be able to stay that long. She's out there yelling right now. I can hear her. Oh my gosh, dude, I had a really good one.
Don't do it to me.
It was something like food. We haven't talked about this, but it was like something like food related. Oh, it's going to bug me, dude.
It'd be funny to have a mayonnaise one and then just be like making a sandwich and pouring your.
Yeah. See, there's so many. See, that's what you gotta think. There's so many ways that you can spin it to like videos. Dude, that's gonna make me so mad that I just forgot what this one was. Well, I'll think of it again.
Man, I'm gonna get the WD-40 design. To come up with some blue ones because I need to because the turnaround is probably like 30 days.
I remember. Blue. It's blue. It's a pill that you take to get a boner. You could make it like a Viagra.
Oh, Viagra one. But what would be a good parody Viagra?
I don't know. That's why I forgot what I was thinking about because I started spinning too far down the wormhole and you were still talking and I didn't want to interrupt you. Viagra one would be perfect. That'd be funny.
Let's
Like dick
see,
juice.
but like, why would Viagra not do a licensed deal? You know.
Well, let's see. How do you spell Viagra?
But that's what I'm saying. Like Viagra could do.
What's so funny is like you could put on the Viagra like can and be like contact. You could write like contact your doctor if like erection lasts longer than 4 hours, like on the can.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. So like, why would Viagra not want promotion like that? What would hurt them? Unlike Coke, obviously you don't want somebody.
Interesting, dude. So Viagra, when they market it, it doesn't even say Viagra on it. It has that Pfizer name.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of looking at now. So that just must be their brand. But
So-
if Viagra is the name, like the scientific name of the medicine, we'd be able to use that. I doubt it though.
No, yeah, because there's like Cialis too. I'm seeing here,
Yeah.
which is like the other one. But if you instead of saying Viagra, you could say like Viagbro or
Viagra.
Viagra. Viag. You could do like Vi and then egg, and then ya, like ya a. So
Yeah.
it's like Viag, yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to figure out something. That's what some of them are like. Oh, this would be good, but like I
one
think down the line, like why would Cialis be like, hey, like we sell 100,000 koozies a month. Can we license a koozie with your name on it?
Oh yeah, you could do like a double dip here and make one on the red can and call it like hot dog water. You know how it's like hot dog water is like the whatever it is.
No.
Yeah, there's like a thing, hot dog water. Urban Dictionary. Yeah, because it was like Limp Bizkit did it. They said like chocolate starfish fish and hot dog flavored water.
That sounds terrible.
Oh, it's a very distinct smell that comes from an unwashed fat chick, is what it is. I didn't make it up.
A swamp donkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should just do this. Remember, this is what you guys would have got if you let us boot Burns.
He actually just messaged us. Sorry he couldn't make it. Yeah, there's also a more aggressive definition that comes out of somebody.
But the thing is, they can be designed just like normal koozies. I just think there's just to me, off of me, like a koozie that fully covers a can and makes it look like that. A normal koozie that leaves like the top 2 inches uncovered. Like, I don't think it has like the comedic value if it has something funny on it. But if like you're basically turning this can into whatever sponsor or whatever brand you want, you know? Like it'd be funny if you showed up to a party that had all the Bud Lights in WD-40. Like it would be funny because now you can have a sponsored party, you know? Like this party is, you know, say you had like a
Brought
theme,
to you by WD-40.
or just a theme type, like so like let's just take for instance. Oh no, okay, not for instance. This would work out perfect. You have a kid's birthday party where you're serving 7-Up. If you could fucking design this 7-Up to look like a Slurp juice, boom. Like, that's fucking awesome. That is awesome for those kids to have these 7-Ups. Like, oh, what? Like, dude, that's a damn llama from Fortnite, you know? But it also, I mean, a koozie isn't the same because a koozie you don't just set and store. You can put this into the cooler.
Hey, I got a flavor for you. Write this down because I'm gonna forget it.
Hit me.
Okay. You're gonna call. I don't know what. Maybe if you do like a grape one sometime, like a purple. So the name. This is another. I'm taking you down a wormhole right now.
I'm listening.
The name of your next soda is gonna be called the Glumpkin. Oh, Glumpkin. You could be orange, like pumpkin spice. You can call it Glumpkin spice.
What's a
A
Glumpkin?
Glumpkin is during the act of oral sex, one holds their flatulence until the point of orgasm and release the fart right as they're
God.
ejaculating.
Well,
So you could have it. It would be Glumpkin Spice, and no one would know. Like, oh, it's a pumpkin spice knockoff. But then the
Yeah.
underlying thing would be like fart. You're basically
What's
yeah.
a Blumpkin then?
I think the Blumpkin is when you get a BJ when you're pooping.
Jesus Christ.
The other one
All
I
right.
pulled up. The other one I pulled up. You could call a red one. You could call it like Louisiana hot sauce. But then you could do like a Louisiana steamboat, which is another one.
That would be funny to do logo. Like that could be its own line. Is these kind of Urban Dictionary type things, you know.
That's all from Urban Dictionary. Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah. So like that could be like its own line, and I think that would do well
Dude, Glumpkin Spice is hilarious.
because
Like,
you're not gonna be able to sit there and sell this to this, like a customer wouldn't return just to buy more of the same. I mean, obviously that's why products release every single year. It's because that same customer that just bought an iPhone 6 last year will probably come and buy the iPhone 7 this year, you know, or the iPhone 8 next year. But with these, I mean, you can just fucking churn them out, you know.
Dude, a Glumpkin Spice is so funny.
I just need 100,000 sales a month, and then I'm done with the podcast.
And life.
Yeah, I'm fucking putting that shit on cruise control, and I'm just like I talked about. We're bringing it back, just like I talked about at the beginning of this episode. Is I want to be done, man. No, actually, I still am I want to continue to make YouTube videos. I just obviously haven't got her. I've told people that I'm going to, but it's not like you just one day you're like, okay, I can't fucking sit here and make videos while I got a damn stampede of people out there, you know.
Hey, should we play Thunderstruck before the Royal Rumble? Have you ever played that game?
No.
All right, for everyone listening at home, this is how we're gonna. Are we close to an hour?
Yeah, we're at an hour right now.
This time I'm gonna end it. We're all gonna play this game this weekend. It'll be a pretty sweet live stream game. All right, Thunderstruck, really popular song by the band AC/DC, right?
Yep.
So you gotta have at least, I think 4, but it's probably better with 5 buddies. You have your drink, and you know how the song goes, na 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 na, thunder. So when the first thunder hits, Kyle starts chugging, and then the beat's going na 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 na, thunder. The next guy starts chugging. Kyle's done. He's off for a second, but there's this part in the song where it's like a da 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 da, and it keeps going. So if you hit that like 46-second Thunderstruck, and then when it's Thunderstruck, everyone chugs until the next thunder. Dude, you go through like 4 or 5 beers during this song.
That sounds like death.
It's so fun though.
4 or 5 beers during the song per one person or a team?
For like one person, dude. You're just
God.
well, because you're like you don't think about it. You're just like thunder.
Dude, this dude, this called Chug Bud. I've been kind of talking to people that have because on Instagram you get people that hit you with messages all the time that have products, and the dude he has like the Chug Bud. So he's like it's like a single beer chug or beer bong. So you just put it over your beer and you put it in. You put a hole in it. What the hell was I just gonna say? I totally forgot.
You're talking to him. That's all you said.
I had a fucking premise to this.
Thunder.
I guess what I was saying is like that the Chug Bud would be perfect for that game because I mean it's crazy. So you basically like Travis Pastrana had a video doing it where he just fucking went and it seriously just drained down his throat in a matter of seconds.
Did he go do like a double backflip after that?
No, I think it was pretty. The dude didn't even know. The street bike Tommy was like, "Hey, dude, your product's sweet. Can I get one?" And he got one, and then out of nowhere, Pastrana posted a video with it. I'm like, dude, you better be sucking that dick for marketing. But interesting.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Well, let's shut it down. I gotta go to
title it. I say you titled it. I just want to be done. That was pretty funny.
Just say we are done.
Yeah.
Thunderstruck. What did we talk about at the beginning? Let's call it Shark Tank. My goal for the end is to be on Shark Tank.
And then to take no deal and just be like,
yeah, just for marketing. That's what I hate because I always watch Shark Tank, but I hate that they're like all like the after ones are like, once we left Shark Tank, our business exploded.
Yeah, well, no
shit. Dude. You're on national TV that probably has massive ratings. Like, no shit, you exploded, you know?
And you just pitched your product to people. It's like not like you're just on national TV. You're on national TV.
Yeah, pitching a product.
Yeah.
So, all right, I'm shutting this down. I got to go take a shit.
Yeah, me too. See ya. I'll message you in a second. I'm going to go talk to her parents.
All right, bye.